hole 10, par 4, 770 feet. There's an OB cart path right and a little ravine, it looks like, in the middle that is also out of bounds. Shouldn't be a problem to clear. Just throwing my nuke. Probably, I'm again trying to go for like a controlled 500 feet out the gap. That'd be great to set myself up for an approach into the green. It looks like it's playing uphill as well. So, long hole here. One shot at a time, get in the fairway. Alright, that one went a little more left than I wanted, again, leaving myself a long approach in the green, but it is an approach nonetheless. Opportunity for birdie from there. Alright, got to my drive. It says I have 350 feet into the green, playing uphill and into a headwind. I'm gonna go ESP Raptor. Can kind of crank on this. This is a good stable one. And I think the only way to really get it there is to throw it a little hard. If it's not too far, which I don't think it is, then it should be perfect. Maybe it went like 365, but that would mean I have a 15-footer for birdie. So, love that shot. Let's get up there, tap out the bird, move to 11. All right, easiest birdie of the day so far with the ESP Raptor. On to 11. All right, hole 11, par 3, UTIS says 287. I have a very tight fairway here. I'm not really sure how I want to play this. I think I'm going to go with this buzz, kind of play the slide a little bit, if you will, but with the way the trees are situated, it kind of favors a slight flex shot to really open up the gap. So, playing slightly left, a touch of Anheuser should work really well here. Oh, it's fading. Yep. Caught the tree. Try the Luna. I should probably always throw the Luna. When in doubt, throw the Luna, and that's so good. Don't even have to watch it. Such a good disc. All right, after hitting the Guardian tree, coming into the green, kick back and left a little bit. Have, I'm gonna say, 67 feet. Long look at the birdie through a tight gap. Oh, thought I made it. Dang it. Get there. Jeez. And I really wanted that to go in. Yeah, that's about right. All right, 15-foot cleanup putt. Moving to hole 12. All right, hole 12, par 3, 400 feet, super low ceiling right side, low ceiling left side, and my sidearm into a headwind. The slight headwind that we have is probably not going to reach it. So, my options are super low, Nuke OS backhand, and really try to play the skip, or a roller. And I think I'm going to go to the backhand. Here we go. Low backhand, really have to commit to the low part of it. Throw a little bit of a flex here and then try to get it back to edge when it hits the ground. Very technical shot. And I think I did it. It's got to get that skip. Oh, and it did. Whew. All right, I don't know what the depth perception is out here, so it might not be very close, but I threw it pretty much how I wanted to, and it should lend a look at a birdie, regardless of how far it is. All right, have another circle 2 look here, about 40 feet for the birdie. Slight tailwind, but really no wind at the moment. So just gotta put it on the line and let it fall in. That's really all it is. See putt, make putt. Just got to keep it simple up here and the results will come. Hole 13, par 3, another 400 footer. Super low ceiling off the tee here, which is, if I'm throwing a backhand, is going to force a very specific shot shape. Or there is also the roller play. There's no OB to the right, but a wood line. So there might not be a bad option. The other option is the really big forehand, which is a really tough thing for me to do, but honestly, I'm kind of starting to lean that way, just because the ceiling is so low and I want to stay away from the OB. So initially this will push closer to it, but by the end of the flight, it'll be coming back pretty hard right if I throw it correctly. So I'm really just trying to open up the gap as much as possible here. Geez, that thing is so stable. All right, came down in the middle of the fairway, but faded out a little bit faster than I thought I was going to and wanted to. Let's lay down the roller here and give it a try. Hold the cut for a little bit. A little longer than that. Still, that's not a bad up. All right, got up to my drive. 140 feet left, we'll say. Just trying to get it close. Maybe give it like a floaty bid, but with it being elevated, kind of tough to do that. Gave it a try and kept it pretty close, so happy with that effort. All right, 12-foot putt on the elevated pin. Now get the job done. Moving on to hole 14. All right, hole 14, 1,040 feet, according to the tee sign. Par 5. We got a tight gap here. There's a cart path that runs along the right side of the fairway. I think that's going to be really hard to reach from this tee shot. So just throwing my staple Z-force, really just committing to the gap is the only objective here. If we get out the gap, we set ourselves up for success. Not sure, I might have got lucky. All right, so the drive did creep out of bounds on me. I pulled it a little bit off the tee and I thought it might be pushing towards it, and it did reach it. So now it's gonna take 2 good shots for me to get the par. That is the plan. Z-force, throwing a hyzer. Similarly to the low beaming shot that we threw on hole 8, the 906-foot par 4. I'm gonna put a little extra hyzer on it to keep it away from the OB, and hopefully get up and down for the 5 here. That's pretty much just how I drew it up. Get a lot of distance, make the progress towards the pin, and hopefully scramble for the up and down for the par. All right, throwing my 4th now with the OB stroke. 277 feet into the green. Slight headwind. I'm throwing my UVZ drone just to make it easy on myself. Sit. Okay, a little bit of meat left on the bone. I didn't want to mess with the OB. Probably should have thrown the Luna. Oh my gosh, why is that disc so good? A little bit of meat left on the bone for the par save. Let's knock it down and move on to hole 15. All right, about a 27-foot putt here. Left for the par. Got a left to right crosswind, so it should drop. Just like that. That is a beautiful putt. Good par save. Let's move to hole 15. All right, hole 15, New World, par 3, 275 feet. Throw on my ESP Luna. This is an island, double Mando hole. Can be tricky, but the winds are down today, so I think the Luna should be just what we need here. As long as I do my job, the Luna will do its job. Just like that. Just like that. That is a bullseye. Easy park job on 15. Let's head over 16. Well, I'll show you guys how close it is, but then we'll go to 16. Yeah, I know. Write me up in the comments. I'm outside the bullseye. Unbelievable. Still an easy birdie. Let's head over to 16. All right, hole 16, par 3. UDIS says 267. I'm thinking ESP Luna again right now. It's a super tight gap shot, the gap being about halfway down the fairway. I think I want to drift it a little bit from left to right. If we make the gap, we're gonna have a putt. So, really just have to concentrate on the basket, visualize the shot, and then throw it there. It's gonna need some luck, and it does not get it. Dang, that shot was very close to what I wanted to do with it. I'm gonna try my flippy Luna as well. That's gonna get the luck. Yep. That's the shape it needed to get there. So this Luna was parked. Did not throw that one first though. Long putt coming from our first drive. I've kicked to a position in which I cannot see the basket at all. If I straddle out, I can catch a glimpse. I'm gonna guess this is about 50, maybe closer to 55. Yikes, just gross. That wasn't great either. Oh well. Well, there's one. Ooh, a little low left, that'll work. I will say the thing about low left, the basket does not spit out from there. All right, hole 17 is a 426 foot par 3, and it is very, very far left. You can't even see the basket from the tee pad. If you walk over here, you can. But it's like in line with me here, and I'm throwing a hyzer this way. So I do not have a helping wind for this today either. I think I'm gonna go Z-nuke and really just try to lay into one, really get it moving left and high, try and counteract the wind. I'm not exactly sure where that came down. I know I got it to go left though, so we might have a look. All right, long putt here for the birdie. Definitely gonna have to go around this tree. I landed right behind the guardian tree on the green. There's not enough space for me to putt through it, so I have to use as much of the ceiling as I can and throw up an anhyzer putt. That's so much Annie. Yeah. Man, I sent it over the basket too. Oh, man, I wanted one of those to go in. Jeez. That's a much better putt. All right, let's move to hole 18. I think if I want to get to 6 under par, like I said I wanted to, kind of after hole 7, I believe, we got a birdie 18. So let's go ahead, do that. and finish up. All right, hole 18, the final hole, the finale. You guessed it, par 5. I believe it is in his longest pin position, which is at 984 feet. It's a triple mando to keep you from the golf fairway. Very tough hole. I think I can get the birdie. I believe I can get the birdie, but not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I think I'm liking the ESP force here on just a buttery turnover line through this first gap. Not exactly where I was aiming, but I'll take a little bit of grace here. I gotta dial it in with that disc. Very precise disc to throw, but necessary at times. Gonna try the Thrasher roller as well. That's pushing the Mandos, but I think it's clear of them. Yeah, that would have been a very solid drive, I think. But let's head up to the force, see if we can get up and down from there. All right, got up to my drive, and I've been presented with a couple different options here. So there's obviously the straight gap, but I really think that takes missing the Mando and brings it into play. So I think from here, it's either gonna be a low flex forehand or a roller or a hyzer forehand this way. I don't see a backhand air shot being the right play from this particular spot, and I want to stay off the golf green because that is out of bounds. So I think I'm going to go low forehand, nuke. I'm going to try to play it pretty tight to this tree here on the left side of the gap and try to get it just over the green, and then skipping right at the end to set up for a long approach through the woods into the green. Oh yeah. That'll do just fine. Really executed that very well. Happy with where that's at to approach the green. That might even work too. All right, let's go see what we have for the approach. All right, so I have 270 feet left into the green. The basket is perched up on a little mound. And there is a sand bunker right behind it. I'm not sure if that's playing as hazard or not. For me, today, may not be playing it as hazard. I don't know how they've played it before. I'm throwing my Z Captain's Raptor. I have room to flex a forehand, and with this tree right in front of me, I think I'm liking that more than the backhand into the green. So, just a controlled forehand flex with my cap wrap. Oh yeah, I feel like I threw it the perfect distance, so should be nice and close for the birdie on the 18th. I'm gonna throw my buzz as well on kind of a air bounce and hyzer, if you will. That was a bad decision. Herp. Good thing we didn't do that. All right, threw a great approach into the green. Clean it up. Good enough for a 600 par on New World red long tees. That was a really fun course. I had a good time, got to test out a whole bunch of different shots, and it's really a good preparation course for what I'm going to see on tour. So thank you to the people that suggested I come out. You know who you are if you're watching this video. I had a great time. I'm loving my stay in Jacksonville, and I hope to keep making some good content for you guys. If you like the video, like it. If you love it, subscribe, and comment down below if you've played this course, what you've shot, and try to beat my score. So until next time, have fun discing. Take care. If I hit this ball really well, it might be done, so I can go eat food. I love food. And that is the last shot of the day. That went dead straight. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later. Have fun discing, have fun ball golfing if you're a ball golfer. and I can't wait to see you guys out of the tour stops. Peace.